Gooseberry Cove, located in Trinity Bay, about 200 kilometers from St. John's. We were in a boat with Claude Seward, owner and operator of Seward Farms, an aquaculture operation that he calls his cod ranch. 700 feet above us stands the site of the first Windspot installation in Canada. Right next to the main building, the battery room houses the balance of system components for this off-grid installation. Here we have an 11,000 watt inverter, battery charger, turbine charge controller, diversion load, and a 2,760 amp hour battery storage bank. Renewable energy is not new to Seward Farms. They've been operating sustainably now for over 5 years, but the Windspot has only been installed for the past 7 months. It is much more rugged than its predecessor, but we'll get into that later. This is a relatively calm day. The sun is shining, and there's hardly a breath of wind where we stand. On a 53-foot tower located 700 feet directly above us, the Windspot 3.5 kilowatt wind turbine is producing between 1,500 and 2,000 watts. In fact, this unit has been observed producing as much as 4.2 kilowatts. The power is used to run the entire operation at Seward Farms, including Claude's own on-site living quarters. The tower is a tilt-up 53-foot guide structure. All of the materials for this installation were brought in by hand, and by snowmobile in some cases. All of the support anchors are drilled into rock due to lack of soil and the difficulty in transporting cement. The site is accessible either by climbing the steep cliffside from the main building or by walking in 1.5 kilometers from the nearest road. The only thing more extreme than this location is the conditions this turbine must stand up to. This site has completely unsheltered exposure to snow, freezing rain, corrosive salt air, and possibly some of the strongest winds in Newfoundland. The setup has shown no sign of fatigue since it has been installed. Windspot is available in 1.5, 3.5, 7.5, and 15 kilowatt. 3.5 kilowatt shown here has a rotor diameter of 4.1 meters or about 13.5 feet. The main feature that distinguishes the Windspot from other turbines of its class is the variable pitch system. A simple yet robust dampener mechanism is housed inside the nose cone. This system uses centrifugal force to change the blade's angle of attack on the wind based on rotor RPM. With this system, the blades do not furl or stop, so Windspot can produce continuous energy in most any wind conditions. The turbine starts producing energy at 3 meters per second and will put out its rate of power at 11 meters per second. With the top speed of 250 RPM, the Windspot produces less noise, puts less stress on all of the moving parts, and less risk of damage, all without affecting the total energy produced. As I mentioned earlier, this is not the first wind turbine placed on this tower. Over the past 5 years, 3 kilowatt wind turbine that was placed here fell victim to the elements and experienced numerous failures due to poor blade composition, a weak furling system, and overall poor quality materials and craftsmanship. During the winter of 2010, it was decided that we would swap the old turbine for a Windspot 3.5. The owner deserved something better, and we wanted to place this unit into a test that is likely second to none in Newfoundland. On September 20th, 2010, Hurricane Igor struck Newfoundland. This event was the hardest hitting weather system in recent history. This storm left many people isolated due to road and bridge washouts, and more without telephones or power due to downed towers and poles for days after. Wind speeds were recorded of up to 155 kilometers per hour in nearby Bonavista. The Windspot bravely stood up to Igor and survived.